Good morning, my people. Peace and blessings. Happy Saturday. It is the 4th of April, and it is 8:03 a.m. Eastern Time. Yes, sir. Peace to everybody out there. Good morning. What's up to all my travelers, all my people out moving around right now? Before we do that, before I could even give a shout out to y'all, we have to thank the big fella upstairs for allowing us to be here to give those shout outs, to been able to open up our eyes, to breathe, stretch, yawn, to see another minute, another hour, another second, all that good stuff. If you're new here, please smash the like button, like, share, and subscribe. It's very important that we do that. It doesn't cost you anything. Go ahead and do that. To all my travelers is out there on a Saturday, it's beautiful. You know, it's Easter week for all you guys who might be going on vacation or going out of town, or you might not be going nowhere. You might be doing a little Easter shopping. Some of you guys might have to go to work. So for the ones that's going to work and coming from work, uh, safe, safe travels. You're on that highway, you're getting on the bus, Uber, Lyft, however you are getting to where you're going. Please, safety always comes first. It's fight week. Derek Shaw, Deontay Wilder. I just finished watching Caroline DeBar, Terry Harper weigh in. So we got some boxing talk. So let's not waste no time. Let's get into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome to Duck Studios and welcome to the No. Let's go. Come back, free. I see you tried to come in. Hey, there, my guy. Go. Oh no, what happened? Oh, there you go. Okay, free.
What I do?
What up?
Nothing.
Shit. Hold on, let me set myself up over here. Got my- I got myself set up right over here, man. Let me get right over here. What up, free? How you feeling, good brother?
Chilling.
You sound like you tired as shit, man.
No, I just got up. Get ready to make my move for the night.
Oh man, next week's your week, right?
Huh?
Next week's your week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn, that's it's gonna be a pretty big move, man. But it's long awaited. Long awaited, man. So I'm happy for y'all on that. I didn't get to see none of the fights from last night for you, man. I'm kinda like I don't know for
I
some
don't see
reason.
that
When I got home, I wasn't I knew about it, but for some reason I wasn't interested.
Me neither.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one. For some reason I was like, and I told Tiff, I was like, there's some fights on. I said if D Free didn't say nothing, I really didn't pay no attention. But for some reason she was like, you don't want to watch it? And I was like, nah, man.
It was It wasn't nobody on there that was me It wasn't nobody on there that I knew. First of all, I
Yeah,
said, well, I wasn't. I was. It wasn't interesting to me.
yeah. Then when I go back and I look at some of the replays of it, I was like, well, I really didn't it's not nothing I would have went crazy over. So I was just like, nah, I don't think I really missed anything. Um, so even though I wanted to talk about it, it still wasn't something I was gonna go crazy over. So I said, you know what? Let me just focus on today. Better for me. You know what I'm saying, but got something going on tonight. I might go back and look at the replay of what happened yesterday, just to have something to go look at. But I was watching this, just watching the Terry Harper and Caroline DeBar weighing. And Free, man, they both look ready to go, man. I was surprised how built Terry Harper was, because I never really paid attention to her in a weigh-in. I probably never even a press conference or anything. This is my first time really getting a glance at her. I mostly know her just from the whole Alicia Baumgartner fight and how she got stopped in that. So to see her on there, and Caroline was in shape too, but to see how she looked up there, I was like, wow. And both of them at 134. So I thought that was pretty amazing to see how built they was, how ready they looked to go, man. So tomorrow was going to be interesting. Before we get to today's fight, how do you feel about that Caroline DeBar and Terry Harper?
Uh, I think Caroline will beat her fairly easy.
Oh damn.
Uh, yeah, I'm not. I mean, Harper, she she got she got stopped in the Alicia Bungana fight, but then she had to fight with Sandy Lyons and she quit. I mean,
Oh
I'm
damn.
too. I mean, she can punch. I mean, she's gonna come in there to fight. I just don't think she has anything for Caroline Dubois.
Yeah. Um. And you know they're trying to build this. They're trying to build this Caroline DeBar and Alicia. They're trying to build that. So it's like not to say that that happens next, but that's what they're trying to build. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, as far as the undercard, I'm like, I don't know none of these people. I'm just watching this really tomorrow strictly because of the ladies.
Yes, you do. You know some of the people on the undercard.
Nah, I ain't seen nobody I was familiar with. Maybe I'll
You ain't
overlook.
you never watched Scotney fight?
Who?
Scotney.
That probably the only one, and that's about it. But I ain't never really.
You never watched Cameron fight?
I don't think I have. I have to look and see. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I'm not gonna say I did. Just let me
I'm
go
gonna tell
back
you.
to think. I might have. I might have. I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
tell
say I didn't.
I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
not gonna
this.
say I didn't.
I'm gonna tell you that you did. I know you saw Cameron fight. When you see her, you were like, oh yeah, I did see her fight before.
Chantel Karen. Oh yeah, yeah, her, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those both of them on the fight on the cards right before Caroline. You got Cameron fighting, and then you got Scotney in the co-main.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um.
it's six fights on the card. Three of them you don't have nobody in there that you know, but then there's three that you do have somebody in there that you know.
Yeah. But I'm actually excited. It came around so fast though, man. It seemed like we were just talking about this like a month ago or two, and already here it is. It's time.
Yeah,
Um. I'm excited. I don't know what it is about the ladies, but I know MVP. I like what they're doing with their ladies because you know next week is a big week right here in New York. Um, they'll be here. Not next week, excuse me, the week after. The hell am I talking about?
yeah, yeah. The week after,
Week after.
you got Alicia Bumgarner.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Everybody's still telling me, man, don't sleep on the Japanese lady. I'm like, I'm sleeping on her. I'm like, I ain't sleeping on her. I never said nothing about Alicia destroying her. I said, man, I just heard people say she wasn't no joke. I don't sleep on anybody, man, because I think the biggest mistake that you can make in life, not just boxing, in life, is sleeping on anybody because that could be your biggest mistake. Because then when something happens, the first thing you go is, I didn't know that he or she could fight like that. I didn't know that they were built like that. So I'm definitely not overlooking her or any fighter I don't overlook. Um, Even with the Wilder and Derek Chisora, as much as I'm a Wilder fan, that doesn't mean he's gonna win. Um, Anything can happen.
Yeah,
anything can happen in there. And I think that's a perfect opponent for him. So, they both already at the end of the day. I know Derek is definitely at the end of his damn career. That man, that shit. I think him and Gabe Rosado are probably close together in losses. Maybe Gabe got a little more than him. Maybe about 4 or 5 more than him. So, yeah, at some point you got to say enough's enough.
Yeah.
Whatever happens after today, if neither one of them are back in the ring, I at least appreciated what they had given us since they had been in the sport of boxing. And like I said, Derek Shaw has probably never been everybody's favorite, but to me, he always sold the fight, and I don't mean far as tickets. I mean far as just he's done some interesting things at press conferences and at weigh-ins. Some things you probably wouldn't agree with, like the time he spit in which brother was that he spit in his face, the water. That was kind of like, oh
Um,
man.
I'm not. I don't remember who that was. I know. Yeah, that's why I said I know Tashua is gonna come out there to fight. So
Yeah.
that's
What's going
that's
on,
the
Vay?
reason why
Appreciate
I'm
you.
a little. That's the reason why I'm a little nervous for Wilder. I
Yeah.
know he's gonna come out there.
Yeah. And both of them together have. Well, Wilder has actually. I'm not gonna say Derek Shaw. He never put asses in seats. He might have not have did it in America, but he sure did it where he was at. So they have a little more in common than they think, and they both could sell just sitting up there talking. So I know in the beginning people were like, I don't like this fight. It's like, well, y'all don't like Boots versus Xander. Some of y'all don't like that shit. So it's like I'm convinced that y'all just a bunch of spoiled brats. Y'all don't like nothing. Everything got to go y'all way. Here, can't type. That's cool. That's cool, Ray. Cool. Um, what do you think happens in this Derek Shaw and Wilder? In your mind, how does this play out?
Somebody going to sleep.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Oh damn.
I think somebody going to. I mean, you got because is Wilder is a big puncher. Even though it doesn't seem like he has the same velocity on his punches as he once did. But he still can stop his opponent.
Yeah.
To sure swings nothing but big looping wide hooks and overhand right. If he lands that shot, I don't think Wilder chin has the same um, resistance as it had at one time in his career. So I think somebody's going to sleep. I just don't know which one. I'm hoping and I'm rooting for Wilder. I'm gonna pick Wilder as who I believe is going to win this fight because I think Wilder is a little more. He has a little more. Um, I want to say he still has a little bit more quickness and mobility in his movement. I think for sure, in my opinion, if the longer the fight goes on, the worse that it gets for Tashore. I think Tashore he gasses out towards the end of the fight.
Yeah. And that's the amazing thing that's what makes this fight so crazy because you just never know what'll happen and when it'll happen. Because either guy can hit each other with something that they might not recover from. Um, we've seen, Wilder get, like you said, his chin is not what it used to be. Um, but you still have to watch out for that right hand. My thing is free is, let's be honest, who will be quick to fight either one of them? Doesn't matter who wins. who's gonna be quick to get in there with him? Who's gonna be like, yeah, give me Wilder, give me Derek Chisora. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see people rushing to fight them, and it's not because they're scared. It's just I don't know. Some people are taking because they're like, yo, I would love to have Deontay Wilder on my resume. Some people wouldn't mind. So yeah, you know what I mean? Because some people want that resume. Like, if this makes sense, right? No matter how much people might not want to see Manny, you might not want to see Manny in boxing still, but there's some people out there that wouldn't mind putting Manny on their resume. Um, win or lose, just to have him on the resume. So yeah, and I had to realize that sometimes win or lose, fighters just don't mind having you on their resume. Because to them it just looks good because we always going around asking that who have you fought? Look at his resume. What has he done? All kinds of shit. So, when they look at these guys' resume free and they don't see a familiar name on it, or they see a guy that might his name might be familiar, but then you ask what has he done in his career? Oh man, this guy fought like 4 or 5 journeymans. You know how this shit goes already. Um,
Yeah.
None of these guys
Most
will ever get
people,
credit.
yeah, most people resumes are smoke and mirrors. Yes, you recognize the name, but then when you dig deeper and you go into the context, into the timing of the fight, and you realize, oh, you fought this guy, he was at the end of his career, or this guy,
Yeah,
this guy hadn't even had enough fights to be in the ring with you, things like that. So
yeah.
you look at you take that into context, and you be like, oh, nah, the resume is not all that it's cracked up to be. Like it's
You
like
know,
for example, like Canelo Alvarez. You look at Canelo Alvarez, he got a lot of names on there, but then when you start to dig deeper into the context of the names that he has on there, you realize a lot of those guys that he got was at the end of their career. They was on their way out.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think that went wrong for Canelo because did you ever look at when he fought Floyd that there was a possibility Floyd could have been on his way out, and that went
Um,
wrong for him. That went wrong for him too, thinking because a lot of people thought Canelo would win because he was younger and Floyd was damn near 40, but they just failed to realize Floyd was built different from the rest of them that Canelo fought.
I mean, Floyd was on his way out when he fought Canelo. I think he only had maybe I think he only fought like maybe four, maybe five more times on after that.
Yeah. Mark, I
What
think
year
it
did
was
he fight Canelo? What year did he fight
I think it
Canelo?
was
Was that
yeah. I,
I know he fought Manny in 2015, and then he retired
yeah.
in 2015.
Then he fought Madonna twice. Then I think the Andre Berto fight came, and then he Conor was Conor Ben. Conor McGregor was the last
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah. Conor McGregor was his last fight.
Yeah, but yeah, you get people at the end of the career, and that's what happens.
The
People.
Floyd retired. He fought Canelo. He was 35. Floyd retired at 37. So he only fought like 2 more years.
Yeah,
Floyd was like Floyd was like 37, 38 when he retired. He only fought like two, maybe 3 more years after he fought Canelo.
but this is why. But this is why this fight between Derek and Wilder makes sense. Because if you put Wilder or Derek in there with somebody who got 4 or 5 years left in boxing, the first thing people will say is not fair. Wilder shouldn't be in there with him. Derek shouldn't be in there with him. Both of these guys done took losses. Derek done took way more losses. You know what I'm saying? So this is why this fight makes sense. It's almost, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll see if you agree with this and everybody is. It's kind of like when we saw Trinidad versus Roy. Don't you know the difference is Trinidad had never been he had never been knocked out, but he had been stopped. And then you see Roy had been knocked out. What Roy had been knocked out, what would you say? At least two, three times? Tarver, Glenn Johnson, it was a white dude that did it, wasn't it?
By the time he fought Trinidad,
Yeah, by the time before he got to Trinidad, remember? I think there was a. I'm trying to think. Was it after Trinidad or before Trinidad? He fought a white dude. It might have been after Trinidad. He had fought a white dude. The dude had. I think the dude had put him out.
I think that was after Trinidad.
Yeah, but by the time he got to the Trinidad, he already touched. He already tasted the canvas twice.
Yeah.
Wilder has tasted twice, didn't he? Or was it three times? I know Fury got him, but Joseph Parker got him, right? And then Zane got him. So yeah, certain fights make sense if two guys are basically at the end of their career, or they decide, hey, let's just come back. I got one more fight left in me. It makes sense because if this would have been Derek Chisora versus Dubois, people probably would have been like, come on, bro, you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, what are we doing? And I gotta give him I gotta give him his props on taking this fight because I'm gonna be honest with you, Free. I don't know how you felt about it because you're probably way over this. Like certain fights we don't get, we're way over. But I understood we were never gonna get AJ and Wilder, and I was saying to myself, damn, even though AJ's the younger fighter, if he did decide to walk away, god damn it, I would have loved to see him take that route. But I understand why it didn't happen. You know, a lot of people are going to hold on to that Free, kind of like they hold on to Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. What if? In the back of our minds, we're going to have that what if. What would have happened if we would have got Lennox and Bowe? What would have happened if we'd have got AJ and Wilder?
Uh, I think I think it depends on the time that we would have got it. If we would have got AJ and Wilder at the time that they both was on top of the game and they were the best heavyweights in the world, they were the two best heavyweights in the world, I think the fans would have been ecstatic.
Let,
Um,
let me ask you. Let me ask you something because we never got deep into. We never even talked about this part. When Big Baby Miller, that is, failed the test, and then Andy came in. I wondered at that time because I know they were still building it, but I would have loved to see Wilder had stepped into that time. I mean, to see Wilder versus AJ at Madison Square Garden would have been bananas. But I understood.
um, they wouldn't allow Wilder to step in. I mean, at that time, you got to remember Wilder couldn't step in. They would have had to go pick. They would have had to make that phone call to Wilder because they got Andy because they called Andy,
Yeah,
not because Andy called them. They called
of
Andy.
course, of
So
course, of course, of course. Yeah,
yeah, they would have had to. They would have had to call Wilder, and they wasn't going to call Wilder to step in on the last minute because it was too big of a fight. You ain't just like when they had the whole um Tank Davis and Rolly um, fell through, or Rolly was going through his little legal situation, and Devin was like, "I step in." Ain't nobody putting you in there on the last minute on a big fight. That doesn't happen. That don't happen like that.
Yeah,
When there's a big fight, they want those guys to be ready for each other.
yeah, yeah. The tricky part to it that people will be like, why didn't he take the fight? And exactly like you said, that sometimes the phone call got to be made to the fighter, because the thing is now, if that fighter doesn't perform or look the way he should look, or the way we think he should look, now we got 100 excuses of why. You know, he took the fight at the last minute. He didn't look like himself. I mean, we got 150 excuses, and so like you said, you need to be ready at all times.
I mean, when you fighting on that level and you fight those level of fighters, yes, you're gonna always be ready to fight and be in fighting shape. But when you
Yeah,
fighting that level of an opponent, you need 8 weeks of camp. You're not just taking that fight at the last minute. You need 8 week camp because that's not a regular step in fight. That's not somebody that you just say, oh, I can fight this guy at any point in time. No, that's a guy that you got to get ready and prepared to fight. You got to make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's because I mean we saw what happened with Andy Louise, but we're talking about Wilder. One false move, you go to sleep, and now you're no longer the champion. He's the undisputed champion. So you don't just take a fight like that and say, oh yeah, I take that. Like I'm gonna call him since this guy dropped off. I'm gonna go ahead and call him and see if he's still willing to
yeah,
fight. Last minute notice. I don't train for him. He's not training for me. Nah, that's not how that thing works. That's what you call a prospect or a contender that's a journeyman that's really not ready to get a fight, and you call them just to fill in to keep the card going.
yeah. Um,
That's the reason why Pitbull Cruz got the call because they wasn't going to call nobody like a Shakur Stevenson or a Tiafimo or Devin Haney. They're going to call
got
somebody that
what you mean for which fight you referring to?
the Rolly Romero when Pitbull Cruz
Oh
filled in
yeah,
for Rolly.
yeah, 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 yeah. But he beat the hell out of Rolly. Oh Jesus Christ, beat the hell out of Rolly. Poor Rolly.
That's the reason why people got the call because they needed somebody to fill in, and so they called Pitbull. They were
Hey,
like, "Hey, Pitbull, you want to take this fight?" He was like, "I take the
I'm
fight."
gonna be real with you, Free. The way Rolly looked in that fight, he looked like he got called in the last minute. Oh man, shout out to Rolly though, man. He looked like he looked like the day he woke up at that fight. They just told him he was fighting him. He ain't had nothing for Pitt, nothing. Um, that shows you also, even when you had a full camp, something is still wrong. Um, because when it's skills versus skills, there's always going to be somebody who's on a higher level than you. Um, but with these two, Wilder and Derek, like I said, I like it. And whatever happens, however it ends today, I'm fine with it. I'm fine. I appreciate what he did for the sport. There you go, my man, Free. I appreciate what he did for the sport, and I appreciate the both of them. I wasn't sold on Derek in the beginning. In the beginning, I wasn't really sold on Derek for sure. I just knew him from being a trash talker and him getting smashed with a um what was it with a bottle when he fought David Hayes and they had that brawl. I started saying, "Who the hell is this guy?" Because every time I turned around, he was in some shit. But one thing I can say about Derek Chisora, he stayed active as hell though, man. Every time you turn around, I was like, this guy get more opportunities than most. He was getting a lot of opportunities, man.
Yeah, he get what fighter going to do. When you want to test out where your fighter is at. Chisora is a guy that you call for your fighter.
Yeah. And it's crazy, Free. You got to damn near become a journeyman to get an opportunity. Ain't that some shit?
That's how
No, I'm just saying, you got to damn near be a journeyman to be on your journey. God damn. Boxing, boy. Boxing's rough, boy.
yeah.
That's a rough. Boxing's a rough place, man. It's a rough place. I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Telling you, man. But kudos to the both of them, man. Whatever happened tonight, like I said, I ain't crying over no spilled milk. Best luck to the both of them. Um, I'm
Huh?
I'm sitting back as a fan. I could easily be like, I'm Team Wilder. I'm sitting back today, just like tomorrow. I'm sitting back. Every fight, I'm sitting back chilling. June 27th, I'm sitting back chilling, man. I'm not sitting there, you know, picking sides, man. I'm just want to sit and enjoy it. That's all. That's how I'm treating boxing. I'm treating it different from everybody else. They gonna fight and argue on here about what side they on, team this person, team that. That's cool. Not me. I don't give a shit. Now if I'm betting, it might be something different.
Uh,
Might be something different. But even in the mix of betting, I don't bet anybody. Like a lot of y'all dudes be betting each other, and then y'all be ass betting, and then when you don't get your money, first of all, you shouldn't be betting a motherfucker halfway across the fucking world if you don't know him. Unless you and him got a relationship and y'all done did business together, y'all need to stop that. And then y'all get mad. You still owe me for the last time, or you be ass betting, or you sent me half of my money. No, y'all didn't grow up with each other. Y'all don't know each other. So if you sitting there betting the motherfucker halfway across the world, and he don't send you your paper, but now you want to come on his show, or he goes on yours, and y'all crashing out, that's your fault. See, I could bet with Free five. There's certain people I could do that with because they're a man of their word. Some of y'all, man, y'all be betting with dudes and knowing damn well shit be crazy. They can't even be honest when they speak boxing. How they gonna be on? How they gonna send you money? They're not even honest when they speak boxing. That shit crazy. You expect them to pay you? As soon as they don't get paid, Free crash out. Shit be crazy to me.
yeah.
Y'all see how y'all be doing y'all bets to be you, Southern T. There's certain stuff that y'all all do because y'all been dealing with all of us has been dealing with each other for some time now. 4 or 5 years, some of us have been dealing with each other. So we know what to do and what not to do. We know what to expect and what not to expect. But some of y'all be out here ass betting with each other, but then calling each other cool with each other. And then as soon as you don't get the money, a lot of relationships that ended on here not just because of boxing, but because of betting. Somebody didn't pay somebody, so now I got beef with this man. Shit be crazy to me, bro. I don't get that, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's on you.
That's why I don't bet with nobody I don't know.
No, but what kills me free is when they go, "You want to bet? Bet what? That's your
Out of
favorite line.
everybody, I mean, I've bet multiple times on YouTube, and I only lost 3 bets. I lost to Shelton. I lost to Knockout, and I lost to Prize Fighter. Everybody else I met, I won, and I got paid too. Cause I'm the type of nigga I pull up.
Yeah,
I got,
you're gonna have to.
I got jurisdiction in every state. I pull up.
Yeah, because you can't do that to people, man. You can't be out here and they kill me. You want to bet? Bet what? You ain't gonna pay me. So why would I go out of my way to bet you?
Right.
Do y'all realize some of y'all wouldn't have made it in the '80s era? Because some of y'all are old enough where you were probably born in the '80s or the '70s, knowing that when you owed somebody money, they took your head off. That was a mean era because back then they'd take your head off. Today, y'all be feeling safe behind YouTube because I'm 5,000 miles away. I could bet you, and I bet you I don't pay you. Shit is crazy. When y'all be saying let's bet, you really be saying, yo, I bet you I won't pay you. No matter what bet we make, you won't get paid.
Right.
Should be. That's what they be saying. Just like when they say let's debate, you're saying let's argue. Like, come on, man. I already been figured this shit out, man. Some of y'all dudes are clowns, man. Y'all get y'all rocks off. Y'all get your rocks off pissing other men off. I think that shit is crazy. And I'm starting to question some of y'all. You get your rocks off pissing another man off. I'm gonna just start questioning you and what you really about. But yeah, man, that betting, I'm not really with all that, bro. Like I said, I bet with Tiffany. We betted for the Canelo and Charlo. It made sense. It made sense. She went for Canelo. I went for Charlo. We did that on purpose because the money was going to stay in a relationship anyway. She wins. She breaks me off. That's not the rules. That's just what we do. We look out for each other. We don't make that no rule. Yo, you know when you win, I got to get the money. No, it don't work like that. I win, I'm gonna break her off. It's just that's just how it is. I can trust her, but to have to get in your car D free and have to run down on the dude because it's like you owe me my paper when you know you should have never did that ass betting. All you had to do was just pay me. If you knew you wasn't gonna pay me, you shouldn't have made that bet. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because you know boxing or you think you know boxing does not give you a right to bet. And that's in basketball, football, whatever sport. If you know you're not gonna pay somebody, y'all stop ass betting out here. Because there's gonna be a time where somebody gonna be in the same city as you or same venue. You ain't gonna expect to see him in that venue or that city. It's gonna go bad for you in so many ways.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Good morning, y'all. Top of the morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Doug Studios. We just chopping it up. That's all we doing, y'all. What we on is Derek Shaw, Deontay Wilder. We touched Terry Harper, Caroline DeBar. We're gonna touch more of that tomorrow. Uh, I'll be up tomorrow morning with that. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So yeah, it's fight week. We just chopping it up. You know what I mean? That's what we doing, y'all. I want to say shout outs to my amateurs today. All my amateurs that fought, but my ones that's heading out today: Sarac City, Brooklyn, uh, 3 p.m. weigh-in, 5 p.m. showtime. Everybody who's going out to Brooklyn today, or if you're in Brooklyn and you're heading to Starac City, get there safe. Shouts to all the amateurs, Ringmasters Road to the Garden. Next Friday is going down, MSG. If you're not in the Prudential Center in Newark next week, and you happen to be in New York, get your ticket to watch the youth, the youngins, man. You know what I mean? They will be in Madison Square Garden next Friday, Ringmasters Road to the Garden. So I believe this week, this today's show, it should be the last show before going on to the Garden. So shout outs to everybody who wins today, and shout outs to everybody who loses today because you are still winners because everybody can't get in the ring and do it. So we shout out the winners and the losers. We don't just shout out the winners because the losers count too. They're still winners. Um, and shouts to all the amateurs all over the world. Everybody who has a show coming up. Everybody who's been fighting.
Yeah.
I ran into this dope amateur the other day. Free. I was going through my phone and I seen a record that threw me off. And I was like, this can't be possible. I seen a girl who had an amateur record, and I said, "What the hell is she still doing the amateur?" And then I seen her age, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this girl's gonna end up going pro. She's not about to be an amateur for much longer." But she's 18 years old, right? 119 amateur fights. She has 119 amateur fights with only 3 losses. I said, Jesus Christ. I said 119 and you only lost 3? That's crazy. That's you baby girl only 18. I said, Jesus Christ. I expect MVP and them to be on her heels. Somebody going after her. Beautiful. What up? What up? What up? Josh Sanders, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? Yes. I saw that record and I said, God damn. Matter of fact, she started following me. I'm gonna give y'all her Instagram. She started following me. Then when I saw the record, I said, only 3 losses. Then I started going through her gram. She's sitting up there with so many damn belts. I barely could see her face. I said, she won all these belts? I said, God damn. Hey, free, no lie. Baby girl had at least about 50 belts. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen at least about 50 belts.
When you won 118 fights and you only lost 3, you gonna have quite a few belts.
I said, oh
Cause I know
my.
you didn't fought for the nationals. You didn't fought for the nationals. You didn't fought for somebody's Olympic team or something.
Yeah. But then I started
Golden
digging deeper.
gloves and the most.
The girl fought here. She fought in D.C. She fought in Ohio. She fought in Kentucky. She fought in Omaha. I said, God, she fought in the Dominican Republic and freaking Puerto Rico. I said, God damn, that girl been everywhere. Only 18 years old. I said, yeah, it won't be long before it won't be long before somebody grab her. It will not be long before somebody grab her.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's hard to have that many fights because financially, a lot of people who just think about money, nowadays you got these amateurs coming in free and they only having 50, 60 amateur shows, man. 50 or 60 fights and they rushing to go pro. For some people, it works out for them, but for some, it doesn't. Because you have to remember that amateur background counts. It counts because when you get in there, like my man Austin Williams, is that Williams, right? When he got in there, well, what you call it? I didn't know what you call it had about 200, 300 some amateur fights. I said, well, damn, that's a big difference compared to somebody who had 40 or 50 something amateur fights. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a major difference.
You know, that's a major difference when you got somebody having 300 amateur fights and you might only have 40 or 50 something. Because a lot of people, a lot of people don't go pro just because of that. Because in amateur boxing, you got to deal with a lot of pro boxing. You deal with a lot of shit, but at least you're getting paid for it. But in amateur boxing, you're dealing with a lot of shit and you're not getting paid for it. And a lot of these kids, they work hard. They get to these club shows, they get to these belt shows, these tournaments, and they get jerked. It's a lot that comes with what they got to do. You know what I mean? So I understand why they go. I'm sick of this. I'm going pro. But sometimes rushing to go pro is not always the answer, because what you're not understanding is those first let's say free, those first 10, 15 fights will be great. Maybe the first 20. Then after a while, they're gonna start to turn the heat up on you. And majority of those guys that they're gonna turn the heat up on you, what you're not gonna know is that their amateur background was outstanding. But you ain't looking at it like that because you go, I don't give a shit about that. This is the pros. It's like, okay, but it does count for something. And then you get in there, you get outclassed, you get outboxed. Now the question is, was he ever really like that? Was he ever that good? It's not about if a guy was ever that good. That amateur background counts for something. Even for guys who never did amateur and they go pro, some of them just jump straight into pro. Because a lot, you 26 years old, you ain't trying to be no fucking amateur. You're like, I ain't got time to be 26 years old. I'm not about to be 26 years old. You think you're about to put me in there with a freaking 19-year-old? Ain't nobody doing all that. I turn me pro. Turn me pro. Even if you got to put me in there with tomato cans, whatever. I'm not gonna. But even for them, eventually, you're gonna run into something. You're gonna run into a brick wall. You're gonna run into a brick wall. So the amateur background definitely counts for something. I mean, last time I checked, free, you can't be a police officer without getting to the academy, right? I mean, I don't know nobody that just becomes a cop overnight. Like, you know what I mean? Man, listen, I wouldn't either. Nah, they gotta go through the stages. Exactly. So in boxing, you gotta go through the stages. But the only difference between that is that you don't have to go through amateur boxing to become a pro. Like a lot of these fighters, you think they got a background in amateur boxing, you'll be amazed. And some of them did pretty damn good for themselves. A lot of them are doing pretty damn good. They did pretty good without without becoming an amateur. But their amateur background does count for something because let me tell you, you're gonna run into a brick wall. You're gonna run into a brick wall and you're gonna be like, shit. And it's kind of and this, you know what, free? I'd rather a guy have not I'd rather a guy not have that many amateur fights versus a guy who had more versus you're fighting somebody who might have, let's say if he had 25 amateur fights, but you had none. That's isn't yeah. He said it's a mismatch. Did you say free? That's a mismatch. Well, I think the Amber Williams and what you call it is that's what we saw. And even though he put up a fight, it was like it's kind of hard to deal with this dude, man. This dude had 300 amateur fights. You had about 40 something, 50 something, whatever he had. And I'm like, oh, 60, whatever he had. And I'm like, yeah, that's a tough one right there, buddy. Especially with these Cubans, it's different. When you're dealing with the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, it's different, man. They whole amateur background system is crazy, bro. And let me tell you something. For any of y'all that think that in the United States we love boxing, we train harder, we want it more than they want it over there, you out of your freaking mind. Because right now, you talk about a guy being in the gym, in a hot ass gym, training. These motherfuckers literally be outside. That should be 105 out. You remember the Rock? What was it? The Creed movie when they took him when he was getting in the rematch with Drago's son, like that kind of shit. They be in the heat. Mm-mm. I don't know about you, Free. I don't want that kind of smoke. Damn punching. Nah. You know what I was doing though, Josh? I haven't been in the gym since. You know what? If you go back to the video when I was in Sifu's gym, the old gym he was in, that was the last time I had been in the gym, and I realized that was 2024. When I was working with Sifu's fighter, that was the last time, and I realized, oh no, you way off, my man. But I also had been going through something financially and mentally, and I had to pull myself back together. So, you know, I finally did pull myself back together. I was supposed to have been in the gym yesterday, but I wasn't really up to it. I had some things I wanted to do. Yeah, but y'all think that y'all want it more than they do over there? They want it just as much as you think they want it, or you think they don't want it. So I always give the fighters overseas props. Yeah, yeah. It's like I always give Ohio fighters. I always say, oh, listen. I always say Ohio fighters. I always say Ohio fighters, DC fighters, maybe a little Maryland, and Philly fighters. And I might be missing a few other states, but I just want to go with those because those are the ones that came to my head. And maybe Texas. They always wanted more than everybody else. They always wanted more. Always. Yeah. And remember, it's just like a regular 9 to 5 job too, right? There's a position that everybody's going for, but you can't think you're the only one that want that position. You can't think you're the only one that's been working hard for that position. Because let me tell you something, there's somebody that wants that position just as much as you do. Just as much. You might think you qualify for that position. You might, but you might not. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep that in mind. Somebody always wants something more than you. Even when it comes to hooking up with somebody, a woman hooking up with a man, or vice versa. There's always somebody that wants somebody more than it happens. I wanted my wife. When I saw her, I said, yeah, I'm on that. There might have been somebody who wanted her more than me, but they, you know what I mean? You lost your opportunity. Somebody might have wanted me, but you lost your opportunity. It happens, man. Some people think they qualify for the position, and you don't. Or maybe you didn't show me anything that convinced me that you deserve to be here. Boxing is a sport, not just life, but I mean that's in life. But boxing is a sport that you have to show that you want to be here. You want it more than that next person. What's going on, Cass? Never know. You never know what you. But that's true though. Listen, we making it. Yeah, we laughing, but you know that's true, free. You don't know what you're gonna get. You heard about the shit we just talked about up here yesterday. I'm like, are we getting this? Is this what we doing? But that's what boxing's really like. You don't know what you're gonna get. And rather if you accept it or like it or not, once it's signed, sealed, and delivered, it ain't nothing you can do about it. Yes, indeed, because a bone is just a bone. Yeah, yes, man. So that's what boxing is. Who wants it more? Huh? Who wants it more? When it's time for you to be in the gym, or when you sleep, right, at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that guy that you fighting, you're sleeping, his ass is up on doing road work. What's going on, Seafood? You sleep, or you might be in the club. You don't know what these fighters do. Because TMZ is everywhere, cameras is everywhere. You don't know if he in a strip club, he in a casino, whatever he doing. But that other guy is doing road work. He's on the road. That's why I had to respect Floyd. We might have not liked the way Floyd talked. We might have got tired of him bragging. We might got tired of him just whatever he was doing. But when it was time to put in that work, that pain, he would do it. His opponents asleep at home. Floyd the type to just wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and call Lyndon Ellaby and everybody, yo, we head to the gym. We head to the gym. So that's something that people need to keep in mind. It's not always about the money or the belts and all. It's also about who wants it more. Because let's just be honest, Free. Let's call it what it is. The money and the belts don't mean shit if you ain't willing to work for any of it. If you think it's just going to come to you because you have a big social media following, that shit don't mean nothing. Yeah, it's great to have the big social media following and people know who you are. That's cool, but the fans can't fight for you. Your family can't fight for you. Can't nobody fight for you. And sometimes people need to be reminded of that. Some people need to be reminded of that. So, it's like they say in life, you play stupid games, you'll win a stupid prize. We just sat here and told you about Gerald Mellon. We just sat here and told you about that. How you could easily be brain damaged, you could be paralyzed. You can't play boxing, baby. You can play it. You can play it, if you have a system. You got a PlayStation or Xbox, you can play it. But in real life, you try to play boxing and the shit will play you. So I advise any youngsters out there that's looking to actually go far with this, before you go far with it, make sure this is what you want to do. Don't look at Devin Haney or Floyd to look at everybody, the cars, the jewelry, the money. Oh God, there's nothing wrong with y'all want to get your mama a house. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to take the right steps and make sure this is what you want to do. Huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think some people go the wrong way. They look at everybody else and go, well, if he did it, I can do it. And it's like, well, everybody, God didn't plan everybody's life to go the same way. I think that's what people get twisted. Free. He didn't plan everybody's life to go the same way. So you can't look at another man's accomplishments, another man's dreams, another man's hard work, another man's desire, and then sit there and say that should be me. It could be you, but it might not go exactly how his life went. How it went for him doesn't mean he might have got it in 20 fights. It might take you 45. You understand what I'm saying? Well, how is it that he got it in 20 and I got it in 45? That's some bullshit. I mean, didn't Lomachenko get a title shot? Lomachenko got what a title shot? What in his third fight? What was his third fight, Free? Second. Excuse me, second.
It was his second fight.
A lot of people didn't agree with that. I remember when it happened. People was going bonkers. They was like, "How in the? This is crazy."
Hey, you got another one that's getting a title fight in his second fight. He's fighting Usyk. That's his second fight. And he's getting a title fight.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. Oh, yo, that's crazy. Oh, damn you, Free. Wow. I didn't take the time to think about that. I ain't going to even front because I would have brought that up. I didn't take the time to think about that. Damn it, Free. This is why you're up here. One day I got to pay you to be my co-host. BBO, I'm still in D free from you, so I'm letting you know right now. And when I make the money, I'm gonna pay him way more than what you could pay him. Nah, shot. I'm just playing, BBO. Nah, I'm not playing though. I am gonna steal him though, so you can get ready for that to happen. No, I didn't think about that though, man. Hmm. You know what? I think we'll see that a lot. We'll see that happen with a lot of fighters that, and we can make it a color thing. We could say white. We could say Mexican, Latino, however you want to put it, right? There are going to be some fighters who are going to get certain opportunities that we would just never see other guys get. Rather if it's favoritism, rather if they have a relationship with whoever the person is, it's just something that's going to happen. It's been happening in boxing, and I don't think that it'll ever stop. You know, but I always said that boxing has a way of reminding you who's in charge. I don't think a lot of y'all understand what I mean by that. But if you take the time to listen to what I'm saying, the powers that be have a way of reminding you. Because when you think you got boxing figured out, you don't have it figured out. You don't. Because we're not in these meetings when conversations are going down. We're not on the phone call. When contracts are being moved all around the table and people are negotiating and we going back and forth over the phone because we're trying to come to some type of agreement to make something happen. And when we think we got things figured out and they post something, we go, oh shit. I mean, how many of y'all thought Boots and Xander was going to happen? You might have thought there was a good chance it was going to happen. But how many people really thought that, yeah, this is the route that he going to go? It ain't too many people that said for sure they knew it was going to happen because we were so hooked on the Virgil. And even with Virgil being in his situation, y'all still sat there and said, man, well, I don't want to see nothing. If it ain't him and Virgil, I don't want to see it. I'm like, yo, so what you going? You going to boycott boxing? You know what I'm saying, Free? What you going to boycott boxing? Until we get Boots versus Ortiz, I'm going to boycott boxing. I mean, what are we talking about? Josh Sanders, what's up? Josh Sanders says, this show, Bud Crawford, he's still in ninja. He ain't special. Yeah, I mean, listen, just when you think you got boxing figured out, we don't. That's why it's not too much I get upset about. You don't see me flip out over a lot of shit. I will express how I feel, but then I leave it at that. When you think you got boxing figured out, you don't have boxing figured out. You don't. You don't. Because, like I said, the people who are deep into it, they know what's going to happen before you do, before we do. Now, if we happen to get a phone call from a fighter or a coach that we know and they tell us something, It's not for us to go out to the public and share that unless they give us that permission or they come up on the show to let that out. Because some of y'all so quick to put out shit, and it's like, whoa, come on, why you do that? You know how many coaches I've had shared stuff with me, and I go, well, I won't be telling that, but I'm gonna sit back and watch everybody else be so quick to talk about it. But I already know what's happening because this coach told me this is gonna happen in the next 3 months. Yeah, I know. He's still there. Free's still there though. Um, that's why when I see Mr. Hackett come up there with y'all, I see y'all get certain people, and then I go, they're building a platform that I don't even think they understand what they're doing with it, because the people that y'all get up there are not your average people, and a lot of people will probably kill to have them up there. So when I see y'all get certain people, and I go, this is dope, and for them to keep coming back makes it even better. It's not like it's a one-time thing where you don't see them anymore. Then it's like, hey, you'll never get them back up there. If somebody constantly keeps coming back to the show, even though people say, yo, you need to get some other guests, why you keep bringing him? Well, I can bring him as much time as he want to come up here. You understand what I'm saying, Free? If Stitch Duran told you, hey, man, I'm going to spend the rest of this year coming up there with y'all, why the fuck would you tell him no? Because the fans saying we want to see other people up there? No, man, it don't work like that.
No, I don't.
I'm going to bring him as much time as he want to come. Ivan Robinson, that's my brother. Love him. Every time I see him up there with y'all, I'm like, yo, that's dope. So, yeah, but I didn't go that deep into it, but that's why amateur boxing is so important to me, and why y'all see me do what I do with it, which I'm getting ready to get back on my bull with it. I'm getting ready to get back on my boy. Y'all see what I be posting stuff, so I'm already on that. Um, but yeah, man, it's a lot of that stuff is important, Free, and a lot of people just don't get it. This is why I say a lot of these cats are just fans of who they see. They don't care nothing about no amateur background. They don't care nothing about this or that. Um, as long as this guy keeps winning, I'm going to keep supporting him. And if he loses, especially if he's undefeated, oh, they put him in there too fast. If anything happens to go wrong on June 27th, and I ain't going to bring it up again, but I just want to make some sense out of this, right? Anything happens on June 27th for either man because they're both undefeated, don't make no excuses for either one of them. No, Seafood, I won't be at no amateur show until next month. Nah, I can't go. I got to work. If I didn't have to work today, I probably would go, but I got to work today. So yeah, by the time that show gets started already, I'll be at work already. I'm not scheduled to go to no amateur show until next month, and that's in Philly. I'm going to an amateur show in Philly. I probably won't be doing no New York shows. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I do a New York show, shit, I don't know. Maybe if you call me and tell me you got a guy in, I might pop up. But other than that, yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet for New York right now. You know, I'll see how it is later this year because I'm really trying to go to where Free's at, DC, Jersey, Philly. So yeah. But if something comes up, Seafood, and you got a guy in a tournament or a club show or something, yeah, I'm a phone call away. If I can make it, even if I got to work that day, if I got to take off to come up and show support, I got you. But shout out to Stereo City, man. Yeah, I know they got their show today. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to everybody who's going to the Garden next Friday. They don't give me my credentials, I might just be in the Garden next Friday. But I think I will, so I'm not gonna really I'm not gonna worry about that. Um, yeah, I seen the clip of Pacquiao's son. Uh, free, and I'm like, okay, I can't say I'm sold on him because I ain't really watch Homeboy. I think I'm gonna go glance at him today. So I don't really know how good Homeboy was, or how good I should say how good he is. I got to glance at him though.
Oh shit.
Stupid.
Who you talking
Josh
about?
Sanders is stupid. Josh Sanders is stupid. Free always in.
You said you can't.
He look
You don't know how
he
good homeboy was. Who you talking about?
not was, but how good is he? How good is he? Not was. Pacquiao not was because he still fight.
Oh,
I said I'm gonna go back to look at
I'm gonna say was. I'm gonna say was because when what they said, it don't sound like he gonna be fighting too much longer.
him. Come on, free. Yo, free, stop, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Come on, Debo. Listen. Come on, Debo. Stall him out. Come on, Debo. Stall him out. Oh man, come on. Hey Josh, tell him, man. Come on, Debo. Stall him out. Oh man. You can't catch a break with D free around. I don't care if you're a pro. I don't care if you're a pro fighter or if you're a nobody. You ain't gonna catch a break when D free's around. Jesus Christ. I swear, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, when this man is around, you will not get a break. I don't care who you think you are. You won't get a break. You won't get a break. No, he won't even break you off a piece of a Kit Kat bar. You won't get nothing from him, man. You will not catch a break with him. Jesus, free. Oh, mm. Don't ever do anything. Don't ever do. Man, I ain't trying to take no road with you because it ain't gonna work out. It ain't gonna work out for anybody. They take the high road, low road with you. It don't even matter. It ain't gonna work out for them either way. Either way, they in trouble. Mm-mm. Not when D Freeze in the building. When D Free come down the block, y'all. When D Free coming down the block, y'all just get out of his way. That's all I ask. Get out of his way. Let him do what he do. Nah,
Y'all be
man.
wanting me to do stuff. I don't do nothing.
Hope next week. Nah, I was gonna say next week, not next week, but I wish you wouldn't have been. I wish you wouldn't have been busy for next week because to see you at the Jerron and Xander press conference would have been dope. But I know you in the middle. You're in the middle of getting yourself together. So
Yeah, I was just telling Thomas that yesterday on Thursday. It was even yesterday or Thursday. I was just telling him that I ain't gonna be able to make it because I gotta move, and then Saturday I got furniture being delivered because I got my bedroom, my living room set being delivered Saturday, and then I got Verizon coming out as well on Saturday to put in my internet service. So Friday I will be without internet, but I got Wi-Fi. I mean, I got internet on my phone. I got hotspot on my phone and stuff like that, so I won't be totally without internet.
okay.
I can't have my wife sitting there waiting for the furniture people to get there. So, because I know me, like if I go out to New Jersey, if I get late, I'm not gonna drive home. I'm just gonna call my wife, and be like, hey babe, it's late. I'm a little twisted. I'm not gonna make that 2.5 hour drive back home. I'm just gonna stay in the hotel and I'm gonna leave first thing in the morning. So that's why I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go ahead and chill. I just make it next time.
Oh, you mean from Newark?
Huh?
You mean from Newark? You
Yeah,
talking about for the fight?
yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm
That
talking
would have
about if
been
I
yeah.
would have if I
Nah,
yeah, if
that
I
would have been
if I
that
would
would
have
have
came up
been.
there for the
I would
fight.
have told you. I would have told you not to go home. I'd have been like, man, you might as well not go and going to stay in the hotel. Like, mm. Yeah, I have to miss.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I'm not gonna do that because then that's a whole lot on my wife.
That's why it's hard for
Because I
me.
gotta
That's
rush back
why
home to make sure I make.
that's why it's hard for me. How can I put it? It'd be hard for me to go to a fight out of town. I guess as long as I can make it back, even though I don't drive, but I can't be with somebody else that drives sometimes, depends on who they are. Because, I'm the type when a fight is over and we out of town, I need to leave immediately. I can mess around a little more if it's New York, when it's Barclays at the Garden, I could chill for about 10, 15 minutes. All right, fellas, trains is running local. I ain't gonna get to my wife about 2 in the goddamn morning. I got to get the hell out of here. But when you talk about being like in Philly or Maryland and DC, I can't play around because I can't spend the night out here. So it's like, bro, we got to get the going. And I think that's why I won't go without her because it's feel better to be with her. Because if I'm going to a fight in DC, we're not coming back to New York the same day. It's quiet. We get in the nearest hotel and we gonna leave Sunday because we got to be to work Monday. But to be dolo, nah, I can't do it. It's not happening. It's not happening. I can't do it.
And
Let's
I
just
already
look.
know. Like I said, we moving on Friday. My wife ain't gonna want to leave the house Friday to go to New Jersey. She gonna want to stay at the house, unpack, get everything in order and things
I
like
don't
that.
blame
So
her
that's why I
because
was
I
like,
don't
nah,
want
I'm not gonna be
to.
able to do it.
Because I don't. Who wants to really? To be honest with you, who wants to spend a Saturday or Sunday, even though we do what we have to do? Who wants to spend all that time moving and doing shit and doing this and doing that? At least that Friday we can get majority of what we need to get done, and then Saturday we could just top it off like that. Because eventually, free, you want to sit back and chill. You don't want to spend your whole damn Saturday grinding. Like, damn, at some point I want to sit back and I want to relax. I want to relax at some point,
Yeah.
man. Because before you know it, you look up, it's Monday, you got to take it right back to it's like, damn, I ain't got no rest. I was grinding Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, damn, I need rest. So
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
there's gonna be
So
there's gonna be a
it
lot
is
of
what
fights
it
I'm
is.
gonna miss.
I ain't
There's a lot of fights I'm gonna miss because there's it's just I have to work and there's certain shit I can't do. And then I'm looking at how far it is, and I'm like, okay, if I do this, I have to make sure she's with me if I'm planning on going this far. When it's New York, she goes if she wants to. She know I'll never tell her no. But if it's somewhere where we going to Philly or Maryland or Virginia, oh, I can't make that trip by myself. That's not happening. Not because she won't let me. It's because I'm not going without her. So it's not happening. You know what I mean? You know what I like about going to different places? I'm gonna tell you what I like about it though. What I like about it is getting to just see the different cities and what the hell? What happened, Vay? No,
somebody
I'm
was in the
talking
chat.
about they just hit a user you've blocked. Oh, okay. Thank you, Vay. It says something different from this
That's
phone
what I
to
said.
this one.
Somebody was in the chat.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I
okay.
said. Somebody was in the chat. I just seen her block him.
Oh, okay. Copy that. Thank you, Vay. So I like just stopping in different cities for the food and to just get a breath of fresh air, man. So me and Tiff was just talking about doing some things. So yeah, man. But all that trying to drive 2 hours, nah, free. Because when you come out here, especially when we all get together, yeah, everybody gonna be a little toasty. You know what I'm saying? Because you being around your homies, so you want to be toasty. What you don't want to do is have to be toasty and then get in your car and have to go home.
Yeah.
That's what I don't
I
want
said
to do.
I already know me. I'm not. I don't go nowhere without drinking. I'm a drink glass. I'm a drink one glass. And I know when I go to the fight, I'm a drink multiple drinks at the fight. I
Man, look,
always do.
your
So
man
that's why I was
Prize
like,
was
I'm not gonna be able to
your
make it.
man Prize was toasty when he was around us, but He was respectful and he was
Man,
funny, but he
Prize
was
always
toasty
toasty.
when he was on this.
Prize always toasty. That's what
So when
Prize
I
do.
mean he
He
was
get
toasty for that
high and he
Garcia
get
fight, he
toasty.
was toasty. Oh, he was like, he was like, where BBO fat ass at? I said, come on, Prize, what you do? I said, stop, man. I said, stop, come on, man. I said, don't do that, Prize. He said, is that him down? He said, is that him down there? Is that him down there? Is that him down there going to see he going to see T.O., he going to see his favorite fighter? I said, oh, here we go. I said, here we go. Oh man, here we go. And Thomas, me and Thomas was over there dying. Thomas was like, wait a minute, what you call him again? He said, you know what he know what he is already. Prize had us crying, man. Yo, and when we caught BBO crying, that was it right there. We was like, yeah, got him. I said, look at y'all, we got him. We got him. We got him. There you go. Prize is funny. In real life, he's funny on here. He's funny on here, but the same energy he has on here is the same energy you're gonna get from him in person. And rather if you like somebody for that or not, you gotta respect them. Because a lot of people are use YouTube as some type of cover up for their behavior. Yo, come on, man. It's just YouTube. It's just YouTube. Don't get so emotional. It's YouTube. Like, nah, man. You got people in real life, you get in these venues, they'll punch you right in your eye. I've seen it happen. Seen it happen, man. There's a dude I know right now. Well, not right now, I don't know him anymore, but back in 2022, he dismantled his whole channel because of his behavior and his mouth, and fighters got sick of it. And it got to a point where he just went away. Never was heard of again. No, so no free.
He,
We always
he's still probably he's still probably lurking. He just keeping quiet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt about that because ain't nobody just gonna disappear. Just because you don't see a channel,
Yeah,
that
he
don't mean they
probably
ain't around no more.
popping up.
Yeah,
He probably popping up as a different name in the chat,
exactly.
so nobody know who he is.
Because a lot of these
Never come
dudes
up
be
on nobody's
weirdos.
channel. Never come up on nobody's channel. Never show his face. Got a different name and just be making goofy comments.
Making goofy comments, and these are the people that we block all the time. No, Josh, no, he's still no, definitely not him, Josh. He still makes videos. If you talking about who I think you're talking about,
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he still make videos. He's still
no, he
around.
still makes videos.
He
He just
just,
did one
he just,
recently. Oh, you pulling
yeah,
up.
he does. I think he
You
does a
talking to
lot of
me, Vay?
videos on another platform.
No, Vay. If you asking me, am I doing a
No, no, no,
live
she not.
Monday? No. Oh. Thought she was asking me. I was gonna say, no, it's quiet. It's quiet next week. You probably won't see me do a video probably until
No,
Friday.
she talking about her live stream. She got a lot the afternoon live stream that
Oh,
Prize and her with the top 10 of your favorites adult star.
my neighborhood is crazy, yo. They be out here yelling for no reason. They really be going through it out here, man. You can't hear it right now, y'all. That's why I'm laughing. Oh man, these people be going through it out here, boy. Oh man, they be a trip out here. I don't know what to say, man. Yeah, I thought she was asking me. I was gonna say, nah, all next week is quiet for me. Probably Friday is when I'll do something. If I get you hear that, Free?
What's up?
Oh, Free can't hear because I got the window down. He mad, yo. We got this dude out here drunk. He tripping right now. He sound like he
I
going to
hear
a Canelo fight.
something. I
He
hear
sound
something in the
that's him.
background.
It sound like he going to a Canelo fight.
You know those Mexicans. It's Saturday morning. They was out all night Friday after payday getting drunk. You know how they be in New York. Them niggas would go. They would get paid on Friday and be at the bar all night long. Saturday morning, they just waking up from some corner on the street.
Yo,
They fell asleep in
hey,
the corner on the
hey,
street.
hey, don't no black man get drunk like that, boy. I'm telling you, we get nice, but boy, they get saucy. Lord, they be
No, them
sauce.
little, them little, them little Mexicans that get paid on Friday, go out Friday night, get drunk all night, and pass out in the corner on the end of the block, and wake up outside like, man, how the fuck I get here? And still be drunk because it ain't out their system yet.
No. And then you think they would want to like get some water and clear that, especially in the summer, man. In the summer, boy, oh my God, I don't know how some people do it. Because in the summer, you can get if you drink alcohol or anything sweet, it doesn't really do anything for you. So me, I'm looking for that water. Some of them won't even get water. They be wanting to go and get more drunk. I'm like, bro, you tripping. Thomas, what up? No issues having. Prize. Yeah. Prizes are man. Oh, he's still out there going there. He feeling good. On a live
That nigga Dub right now sleep somewhere. That nigga had us up till like 4 in the morning on the daggone, listening to daggone Dr. Umar little brother.
Oh, you did, Vay? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, there's some lives, man. You need to go back to some of our old lives. If you go back to some of our old lives, man, your stomach will hurt. What do you think about that,
No,
D?
I fell asleep listening to the live. I fell asleep listening to that damn live this morning. I should say because it wasn't last night. It was this morning. I jumped up on the panel and looked at the clock and seen that joint say 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, shit, let me go lay my ass down because I gotta get up early in the morning.
Yeah, I just went to bed at I think one something. I just went to bed at one something. Straight up, I shouldn't even be up. But I'm an early bird. Clean up crew lives. Yeah, the clean up crew lives was disrespectful. We was on them lives
Ooh.
acting like we had no home training, but we enjoyed them. We talked a few boxing on that too, but we also was just enjoying life, man. Free thoughts on old boy last night. He said thoughts on old boy last night.
Man, no, that man, that dude, like I told y'all last night, dude was just taking bits and pieces from every story and putting it together to make his own story. A lot of that stuff I don't know what he was talking about. I'm like, dog, what you saying is not true. You making it your own story. That's why I don't agree with nothing that he's saying. I don't agree with a single thing that he said.
Okay, I obviously missed something that happened yesterday.
No, it was on Dub Right Side show last night. He played an interview from a bishop, and I don't know if he was trying to break down the Bible or if he was just trying to break down a religion or whatever
Oh, okay.
he was saying. He basically said he didn't believe in Christianity, but he's a bishop. I'm like, how you don't believe in Christianity and you're a bishop? Bishop is from Christianity. How you don't believe in something that you are? So I mean, it's just a lot of the stuff he was saying. I just disagree. He was like, oh, if you look at Christianity, they want to they want to be like Christ and this. I'm like, that's not what Christianity means. It means that they are followers of Christ, and not that they want to be like
Oh
Christ.
wow,
They are
I ain't never.
followers
That's
of Christ.
crazy. You know what? This world we live in, man. Like I said, everybody. Everybody doesn't even know the position that they're supposed to be playing. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Make it make sense, right? And you can't make it up. That's the world we live in, y'all. People don't even know who they are. Nasty word.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times I don't pay attention. Excuse me. I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff people say. And then he was using a lot of big words. And I told y'all, not one time did he ever go back to what he's excuse me, what he said I'm gonna go back to. He'll say something, he said, I'll come back to that. He never went back to it.
I hate people that do that.
He
they
never
wanna
went back.
keep rambling. Like, how many times can you say I'm gonna go back to it?
That nigga said he would say something, and I'm like, okay, when are you gonna come back? Because you never came back to nothing that you said you were gonna come back to.
I stopped listening to certain people,
And then
man. Certain people I just let them have
what
their
made me what really made the light bulb go off in my head that I knew he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, or he was making up stuff when he said Bloods and Crips didn't start in the 60s. It started way before then. I was like, what? I was like, nigga, what? Bloods and Crips started in the 60s from two guys. Two guys made the Bloods and Crips. He like, no, it didn't start in the 60s, in the 70s. It started years before then. It came from the Romans or something. I'm like, all right, get the fuck up out of here,
what?
dog. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
What?
What you
Well,
talking about?
obviously, yeah, wait a minute, hold on,
Then this
hold on.
nigga,
Where's this dude from? Where's this dude from?
I don't know.
'Cause he
I don't
obviously
know.
don't know.
Dub be finding these little interviews and stuff, and
Well, you
he
know
be
what?
breaking down
Then
the
Dub, I
interview.
blame you. And Dub, for you playing that, you out of order. You out of order for playing that, Dub. You definitely out of order for playing that.
I was like, what the hell you talking about? Bloods and Crips?
He didn't know what he was talking about. Because if he was doing his homework, if he was do- if he was doing his homework, if he was doing his homework, there's documentaries on it. Like, what is he talking about? Like,
I literally typed in the chat, nigga, what? What you mean? Bloods and Crips didn't start in the 60s. It started years before then.
you think we're gonna take your advice and listen to
I was
you,
like,
somebody that doesn't even know what religion he represents? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. That's why be confused. Don't tell him I said that I was. Yeah, like that's crazy. I don't. That dude was out of order. That's the meaning of out of order. He was
it
out
was,
of order.
yeah, it was multiple times. That man just kept talking, and I was confused. I was like, okay, what is he talking about right now? Because he's all over the place. This man is literally all over the place. What the hell is he talking about? He went from one thing, and then he was talking about the Last Supper, how the painting of the Last Supper was from uh, Da Vinci, and those people wasn't part of the Last Supper. I was like, everybody knows that. If you follow your religion and you believe in Christianity and you follow the religion, everybody knows that people paint Jesus into the image of what they think he was because nobody was around during it. But if you follow the religion, it says in the Bible that Jesus was of a black man. It literally describes how Jesus looked. It said he had skins of bronze. That's brown skin, hair like wool. That's
Yeah.
don't nobody else have hair like wool except for a black person. Don't nobody else got hair like wool except for a black person.
Uh, let me see. Let me see. Hold on, free. Let me check for a second. Yep, just about right. I had to check myself. Yep, just about right. Yeah. Yeah, you can't listen to everybody, man. You just can't listen to everybody. This is why I don't look at TV like that. I mean, I'll do my research on stuff. If I come across something that catches my eyes and my ears are to it, I'll listen. But
He said,
we
"Yeah,
just
I
can't
was." Thomas was up there. Thomas,
we just Yeah, I was quiet. Eh, Well, damn. He said Tommy was dumbfounded. Yeah, I would have been dumbfounded too. Like, homie, you don't know what you talking about. And he lucky he didn't have no real gang members up there, like, because they would have went at him. Oh Lord, they would have went at him. Especially one of the ones from LA. Oh man, they'd have went at him. They'd have ate him up for breakfast. They would have ate him up so bad. But you know, it is what it is, man. Boxing, please. He said I couldn't. I had to. Ray said I had to turn on some music. I couldn't handle it. Yeah, I bet. Because one thing I can't take is stupidity, and two, people thinking they know everything. That's just why I don't listen to everybody. People walk around with a badge and think because they got, and I don't mean police. A lot of people walk around with a badge on, or they put this uniform on, or this mask on, and then want to walk around like they know everything that they talking about. And you just supposed to listen to them because they either been through it or they just making up stuff. Because sometimes people make up stuff and then they run with it and then they actually believe it. And in their eyes, it becomes the truth. Because as long as they make the story sound good and they keep running with it, to them, it's the truth until they get exposed. But he lucky it wasn't no real gang members up there because they got at him. That's the part without have been like, yo, I'm out. He definitely wouldn't have said that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got people, like I said, they walk around with this uniform or badge on and trying to get you to believe what it is that they believe. And they're going to do everything in their power to get you to believe what it is that they believe. And they'll go, you ain't got to believe me. Read this. It says right here, man. I don't care what it says. And I doubt what you're telling me is what it says in that book. It might be some of what you're saying is true, but you adding on your own shit to it. Stop it. Because they be adding shit onto it. I'm like, I know damn well that book don't say all that. You adding on stuff. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, you know that book don't say that. It might say partial of what you're saying. That I'll give you. But you ain't about to convince me that everything you just told me it says that in the book. Stop it, my man. But you know what? Like I said, people walk around with this badge. They walk around with this uniform. I mean, even on YouTube we see it. These people walk around with a whole YouTube ID, a whole badge on their shit, and trying to convince you to believe whatever it is that they are talking about until somebody pull their card. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's why I be in my own world. It was wild, Duck. The way he was putting ish together was amazing. You know what? I'm not amazed really with too much what the guy was saying because I've heard some stuff right here that I'd be like, what?
No,
If you look at the majority of the
but
people on
you
YouTube, what? Gee, hell.
and I was gonna say, you know that he did a lot of studying because, like I said, he was jumping around and taking bits and pieces from here, taking bits and pieces from there, and making it a story. And I was like, oh, this man did a lot of studying and to come up with the story that he came up with, and you could tell that he rehearsed it because the way he was saying it, you could tell he rehearsed it. It wasn't something that he just thought of a couple of days ago.
You know,
But I've seen guys like that before.
oh yeah, there's guys like that that they always do that. Um, Guys that commit crimes and they do stuff and they know by the time they get caught and they got to come in and talk to the police, they already rehearsed their story. Not only I rehearsed my story, but I got to stick to my story, rather if they believe me or not. Oh, we got people like that all the time. They rehearse it.
I guarantee you, if somebody would have interject and started saying, "Oh, but if that's the case, but why is this, and that?" That nigga whole joint would have been messed up. He'd be like, hold on. Let me finish what I gotta say, then we could go ahead and go.
I'm gonna
He'd
be
be
like,
like, let me
and
finish
that's
what I
and that's
gotta
the
say,
part.
then
I'm gonna be like, well, that's the part where I'm gonna be like, well, how many times you gotta finish what you gotta say? Because you ain't even go back when you keep saying you're gonna go back to that part. Well, I mean, you keep saying you gotta go back, but when you gonna get back to that? If you let me finish, we letting you finish, and you still didn't go back to what you were supposed to went back to. So what is this conversation about?
that joint went on. He talked for 4 hours.
Nah, I wouldn't listen to that. Ain't no way in hell I'm listening to that for no 4 hours. I probably wouldn't listen to it for 30. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Listen, ain't no way on Jesus sandals. I would have sat there and listened to that for 4 hours. No way. No way.
I know
Absolutely not.
we
Until
didn't
2 o'clock
listen
in the
to we
morning?
didn't listen to it for
No.
four. No, we didn't listen to it for 4 hours, but the interview was for 4 hours.
No, no
It
sir.
was just him talking. I didn't hear the interviewer say a single word. It was just him talking. I didn't hear the
Nah.
interview say anything.
I'm not listening to that. I'd be like, bro, bro, y'all don't know what you talking about. You making up all this stuff that, man, look, God bless you, brother. God bless you.
That would have been the first. That would have been the first and last invite for.
Like I said, we got guys all over the world like that. They got a story to tell, and they want people to hear them, and they want people to believe them. And then they'll sit there and tell you, you ain't got to believe me. But in all reality, they trying to get you to believe what they're saying. People kill me when they go, you ain't got to believe me. But you want somebody to believe you. You want somebody to believe you. That's why you up here telling it. You know, I'm just spreading the word. I'm just telling people the truth. Man, get up out of here with that. You know exactly what it is that you're doing. But you know, they can have that. I'm trying to decide, should I make this 2 hours, y'all? Should I get up off here? Stay straight, no one stops him.
Damn.
Man, listen, I don't know. I don't know, Josh. But the minute he started talking all that other gibberish, I'm out of there.
What in the flying fuck do they got going on at Chick-fil-A today?
What happened?
God damn.
It's a line?
Man, they got it's an Easter egg hunt for the kids. They got like 1,000
Oh, okay.
motherfuckers out here.
Oh yeah, well,
It's
you
the
know,
Easter
it's the
egg hunt.
egg hunt.
God
Shout out
damn,
to all,
they got eggs everywhere in this daggone
shout out
place.
to all the kids that's going out with your parents. Easter egg hunting.
Look,
Make sure you hold on to your parents' hands. Yeah, it's deep out there. Good God, it's deep out there. Sheesh. Look like they're about to run a marathon. All you kids that's Easter egg hunting, hold on to your parents' hands because this is the time where parents end up losing their kids. That quick. Hold on. Don't try to
No,
wonder all.
they in a small little gated area, so ain't no kids gonna run into the street or anything like that. It's a small little gated area.
Parents, watch out for
But
all weirdos who sit. Parents, watch out
it's
for
like a
all weirdos who are
problem.
sitting in their car and that ain't got no kids with them, but they just sitting there watching you parked. If a dude ain't got a kid there, he ain't got no business being there. Get him up out of there. 'Cause, you know, these weird people do that. They'll sit there parked and just be parked there. You like, what are you parked here for, sir? Are you waiting for anybody? Like, nah.
Yeah, they got a bunch of daggone kids out there. God damn. If I didn't know they had
No,
that, I'd have
for
brought
real, Thomas. For real, Thomas. I pay attention. I pay attention to stuff like that. Just like in the park. Ain't no dude supposed to just be sitting in the park. You ain't got no, you know, I don't know about anywhere else, but here in New York, boy, you ain't got no child in the park. You got to get up out of there, baby. You got to roll out.
yeah.
You got to roll out. Words are ludicrous. Roll out. You either gonna you either gonna roll out or get ran over. Somebody damn sure gonna show you the. They gonna show you the exit. Oh man, yeah, people. You know what? People like that, I don't even listen to. Right? I don't bother to sit down and listen to them. I won't bother to conversate with them because, especially as you know, as black people, a lot of times we just like running our mouth and we swear up and down. We know every doggone thing, and we got to share it with everybody. Like sometimes your information or what you think you know should just stay to yourself. Because what it is that when you go out your way to tell everybody, you can't expect everybody to agree with you. So sometimes you just got to keep what you know or what you think you know to yourself. You know how they say sometimes an idea needs to stay an idea? That's what some people need to do. Certain information just needs to stay. Y'all thoughts on I don't know. I was out of it yesterday, Thomas. I was with the wife. I worked yesterday. I yeah, I was chilling. I was chilling, man. I'm about to sit back today. Got to be to work later, but you know what I mean. Relaxing. Smash that like button. Yeah, I had tipped up. Yeah, I came back when Dub was ending. Yeah, I definitely would have hit Dub. Like Dub, what in God's name was that? Like, please don't do that again with us. Jesus, I can't take people who just be ranting and going off and then they don't have a clue what they talking about. That's what made me mad. They're trying so hard to get you to believe what it is that they talking about. I mean, I don't want to hear all that. Yeah, fight week, fight day. I told Doug to private that live. I think it's too many people that's doing that, private they live. I mean, I understand why they do it, but um, BC, what's up? I gotta call you BC too, man. There's certain people we just gotta start keeping them off our lives. Because when we gotta private our lives, it's like, oh Jesus, gotta start keeping certain people off, keep them off the live. BC, what up? That one was a subject of. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, fight week. It's going down today. Going down the mall. Next week, we gonna get in the next week. Prudential Center joint. Uh, Pro Box next Saturday. We got a lot. Yeah, BC. Been hard to get up with you, bro. As far as me coming to Queens, I don't want to have to wait till August to see you, so I'm gonna have to get up with you before August. Some way, somehow, we gotta make it happen. Where my son Fizzle at this morning? I need to see Fizzle. You know, it's Saturday. Fizzle probably either sleep or he busting the move. But shout out to Fizzle. Thomas Hill, you got to come up here too in August, man. You, John Sanders, y'all can't be playing around. Oh, that's right, Raymond Josh. No, Thomas, I said you the following year, but Josh, you got to get up here. Thomas, yeah, probably. Oh yeah, this weather's breaking. Yeah, he said, "You sure you want to hang with old Eddie Kane?" Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm definitely sure, Thomas. I'm definitely positive I want to hang with old Eddie Kane. It's all right. I can handle it. Trust me, I can handle it. Sure you want to hang with old Eddie Kane? I want to announce today that as much as D Free, BBO, Thomas Prize, as much as they all have done for me since I've been, doing this. Um, I have to announce today that I'm leaving the group. I hope that I will have just as much success on my new podcast called Duckham, which will be out in about 2 weeks. Uh, yo, Five Heartbeats is my movie. Five Heartbeats is my movie, man. Yo, listen, y'all don't like Five Heartbeats, man. That's the movie right there. I don't care what nobody say, man. He said, Flash is lonely at the top. Will be in your stores in about 2 weeks. I said, oh, hell no. They were supposed to jump him right then and there on the stage. Oh, no. Hell no. I'm leaving the group. I got all the success I need to get. I got my name up. Now it's time for me to go back to being solo. Yeah, I know, VC. That's why I was like, I'm announcing I'm leaving everybody. Nah, I can never leave. It's a family thing, man. We can't do that. We all are under one umbrella. Yeah, I know. We all are under one umbrella, so it's family for life. There go Prize. Prize. You gonna live a long time, Prize. We just talking about you. Just talking about you. I got invited to a ain't nobody coming to see you. Otis, the homie Prize fighter. Y'all gotta see Prize in person. He is funny as hell, man. That dude is super duper funny, but he chill, he laid back, very fun person to be around. Not only I'm gonna get up with him for the boots and Xander, but then he comes back hopefully in 2 months for the barbecue. So yeah, it's gonna be on. Yeah, that's definitely my movie. Five Heartbeats and Temptations, definitely. Did he land already? Well, where the hell was Prize going? Bay, you said did he land already? Where he be? Where you landing at, man? You out there for the Wild and Derek Shore Prize? Where you go? You said you just got this condo. I told you your man Prize was rich. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all Prize was rich? Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? I told you Prize is the reason why Sexual Chocolate even came out. Now, when you go back to the movie Coming to America, Prize is the one that introduced us to those dudes. Prize is the one who introduces us to Sexual Chocolate. Randy Watson and all of them, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Randy Watson. He's the reason why they came out. So I don't know if any of y'all been doing your history. I know it's not Black History Month, but in case y'all don't know, he is responsible for them. You know what I'm saying he's responsible for them dudes, man. So just let y'all know. I mean, he's responsible for them, Ready for the World, for a lot of groups, man. Hey, Prize got a lot of groups he's responsible for. I mean, he's collaborated with Babyface, Pebbles. Prize did a lot of stuff, man. Don't take my pocket change. Uh, give it up for Mr. Randall Watson. That boy good. Man, I ain't about to sit up here clowning with y'all, man. Y'all so stupid, man. I ain't clowning with y'all idiots, man. I love y'all to death. The countdown. Oh, hold on. I got my man Free coming back. I thought he was. Yeah, Jackson Heights' very own Mr. Randall Watson. Yeah, I was just telling the people Free that Prize was responsible for Sexual Chocolate. You know, Randy Watson and them. He's responsible for that group. So I was just putting people on that they didn't know.
Who?
I told them
You said
people
who?
that Prize Fighter is responsible for Sexual Chocolate. You know, the Mr. Randy Watson and them up in the Coming to America. I said he was the reason. You know,
Yeah.
he brought them out. Prize brought
I
them
mean,
out.
yeah. Prize was in charge of Sexual Chocolate, and then you had that spinoff group, Caramel Delight. I mean, it was like Prince and Morris Day. Prize and John Sanders was going at each other. Yeah, Sexual Chocolate
Prince
versus
and Morris Day.
Caramel Delight.
Prince and Morris Day.
You had Prince and the Revolution, and
Oh,
you had
man.
Morris Day and the Times.
Yo. Hey, God damn it. Hey, man, they don't know about that. Morris Day and the Time. Shit, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that, boy. Oh, they don't know nothing about that. Jerome's still around. He said, what happened to Jerome? Jerome's still with him. Believe it or not, Jerome's still with him. Now, you know how many friendships for the
Jerome.
last 35, 40 years that broke up and if him and Jerome wasn't speaking right now today, I wouldn't be surprised. You know how many people that stop being cool with somebody? They've been cool for years. But that shows you they could do great business together. And the friendship is real. Because there's a lot of these people out here that they won't come back together unless the money right, which means that doesn't make the friendship real. Because we can come back together rather if the money is right or not. If we call ourselves brothers, if we call each other brothers and
Right.
we real friends, the money, we gonna make the money regardless. But if you telling me we can't
Right.
do something together because the money ain't right, me and you really ain't brothers or we really ain't friends. Because to you it's all about the money. Forget the friendship, forget the relationship. So, and that's what people don't understand. You know, when I hear an artist say, "Yeah, we can come back together if the money right," I'm like, "Y'all worse than damn fighters." If that's your brother,
That's like
go ahead
that's
and
like
say.
that's like what's my guy name? The one that produced Janet Jackson's song. I mean Janet Jackson album. Control. Um,
It wasn't
Jimmy
Babyface,
Jazz.
right?
Was it Jimmy?
Jimmy Jazz and Terry Lewis.
No, it wasn't Baby. Yeah, Jimmy Jazz and Terry. Those guys are still together,
Oh
still
yeah,
producing
yeah, yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That which is crazy, which is super crazy because they've been around forever,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
and those are those are two dudes that produce music together. It's not one dude producing music.
You know how
It's
hard that
two
is.
dudes producing music.
Yeah, but you'll never see that again. You know how hard it is to take two dudes to do that. That's hard because a lot of people just want the money to themselves. I don't need no damn partner. The hell I
Right,
need a partner for? So when you got your man, you can do it with. Now, even if they wasn't speaking no more, to me that would have been typical because I'd have been like, yeah, well, shit happens. Yo, I'm gonna tell you what hurt me when I heard that Pete Rock and CL Smooth weren't cool anymore. I said, oh, and I heard Pete Rock say, I'll
yeah,
never do business with him again. I'm like, oh, come on, CL Smooth, what you do? Like, damn, come on, bro. That's like us seeing Onyx go their separate ways. And Fredro and Sticky are actually family. That's like seeing them go their separate ways. I'd be hurt. Like, what? Damn.
I had a
That
I had a goddamn dream about Onyx. I don't know why the
yeah.
dream popped up, but them niggas popped up in my damn dream. They were just
Them,
standing on the corner though. They were
hell no.
just standing on the corner.
No, no,
I
sir. You
don't
had
know
the
what the
wrong.
fuck they popped up in my dream for.
You had the wrong dream, sir. Because if I see them standing on the corner, I'm going the opposite way. Because the way Sticky looked, Sticky would have been somebody
Nah,
I'd have
it
dipped
wasn't.
out.
It was like we was all there. I mean, we was there to see somebody, and you had Fredro. No, yeah, Fredro walked up on Sticky Fingers and gave him a hug or whatever, and then that was the end. That was the end of them on my dream. But they were just standing on the corner, and Fredro walked up, gave Sticky Fingers a hug, and then we was all waiting on somebody. I don't know what the fuck I was dreaming about. It might have had something to do with the nigga I was listening to last night. He just had a bunch of bits and pieces, and I was listening to bits and pieces, and all of a sudden my dream was bits and pieces.
Y'all better stop eating that party mix. Y'all get a mixture of different shit. Stop eating that party mix. That party mix is dangerous sometimes. Tell you that party mix is different. Stop eating that party mix, damn it. Yeah, when I
I
heard
don't
they
even
broke up, like,
I don't even know,
oh
what the hell Onyx had to do with my damn dream. I don't know what they had to do with my dream.
man, sometimes if you listen to people, you'll wander off and be like, yo, what? And then you don't start believing in it, right? But you get to a place where you just start to wonder. You like, this don't sound right. Because we all been on this earth long enough for you to know, right? When something sounds right and when it don't sound right. We not stupid. We not stupid. So it's like, bro, wait a minute, who you talking to? It's yeah, that's why we have to be careful who we listen to. Because a lot of people will try to poison your mind with BS. No. And you can always learn something new, and then sometimes you can always just learn nothing. Because it's like, okay, you telling us this, what the hell are we supposed to learn from this? Because there are some concerns where you be like, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this though? I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about. And then come to find out you didn't learn a damn thing. So yeah, we gotta be mindful. We got stuck in his own damn yo, shut up. You stupid. BC stupid.
My
Yeah, but look,
daggone
y'all.
wife got me tripping right now. She got me running around in circles. I'm out here running errands. She want me to go pick up her bathing suit. They about to go to the
She got
goddamn
me
pool for one
smoking
of my
out the window. That's what she got you doing free.
grandkids'
She got you.
birthday party.
She got you
I'm like,
smoking out the
man,
window.
I'm out here making moves, and you want me to stop and go pick you a bathing suit up and take that home? I'm like, y'all blowing the hell out of me right now.
She
She
got you
know how
smoking
I
out the
am when
window.
I get in the. She know how I am when I get in a mode and I'm ready to do something. I want to focus on what I'm doing. I ain't trying to be doing a whole bunch of different things. Cause then
That's
I'll
like
be like,
me.
man,
I don't,
fucking,
I
I don't
don't,
even
I
feel
don't
like
like
doing it
doing
no
all
more.
that. I want to stick to whatever I got to do, and I want to respectfully go into what I got to go into next. Or I want to sit on my ass, because sometime after that, I want to do what I got to do so I can sit back and sit on my ass. I don't need too many distractions.
Cause I'm the type of person like when I make up in my mind what I'm gonna do, I go get that taken care of. Abstract me and have me doing a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't even feel like doing it right now. I do it either later on or I do it another day.
Yeah,
But I got things I gotta get taken care of, so I'm trying to get this stuff done now. I ain't got to be trying to do this joint in the middle of the week, and we supposed to be getting ready to get up out of this daggone spot.
Yeah.
All right, y'all really throwing a monkey wrench in my daggone plans right now.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do 5 things in one
Gonna,
day.
this gonna set me back like an hour or maybe even more. I gotta go in the store, find her a bathing suit that I know she will like because I know how she is. She don't like to be showing a lot of stuff, so I gotta make sure it's a bathing suit that she like. Buy that, take it back to the house,
So
and
what you
then
do
get
is,
back
right,
to doing what I was doing.
you get her a bathing suit and then buy her a pamper and tell her to put it on that so she ain't got to show none of that.
I'm gonna buy her a goddamn plastic bag and say, put it on and you'll float away all day long.
I'm
You'll
getting off this
float the
live. I'm
entire
not
time
doing
you're
this.
in the pool.
I'm not doing this, man. I'm getting off this live, man. I ain't doing this shit. What time this Wilder and Derek Chisora fight supposed to start? Or at least the prelims.
Probably within the next couple of hours or so, because the
Damn, I
prelims
probably
usually
won't even
come
be. I
on
probably won't even be
kind of
home
early.
for it.
I think it's gonna be. I think the fight starts at like maybe 5 or 6. It might be later. It might be later than that, but I think like
You're not
five or
talking about the
six.
main event. You just talking about the event.
No, I'm talking about the.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just talking about just the actual car starting, like 5 or 6, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because usually when they do it in the UK, they do them kind of early during the day, because the UK they're a couple hours ahead of us. So they're when we at like 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, they at like 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. All right. I gotta catch what time that Carol and the bar should start tomorrow too. Make sure I catch all that. It's not short sleeves, warm here, yeah. No, it seemed like it's a little warm day here today, BC. I just don't know exactly what the weather is today. It seems to be a little warm out here, but I don't trust this weather because it can always flip flop. Um, but tomorrow we'll be back tomorrow morning, but we're coming back tomorrow morning at 7:30. Uh, 7:30 tomorrow morning we're gonna come back because I have something I'll be doing. So we're gonna come back tomorrow morning 7:30. We'll talk about Carolina the Bar, Terry Harper. We'll get into that, and we'll get into the whole Wilder Derek Chisora. Depends on how they turned out. We'll come back to turn about that. I'm wearing my hoodie. Yeah, wear your hoodie because this weather's funny. We'll come back to talk about that, and we'll. But all y'all have a safe and blessed Saturday.
All right.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Be safe out there. Remember to protect your peace, space, and surroundings. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.